last page. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little lesson on the Great Depression. So basically, it's kind of an overview of the Great Depression. It's not really going into depth about it. So some objectives that I have are, I want you to be able to identify what the Great Depression was, understand how the Great Depression began, analyze what programs and actions were taken in order to improve the confidence of U.S. citizens, and identify the effect that World War II had on the Great Depression. All right. And I'm going to ask y'all to read some things for me. I hope that's okay. So, definition of the Great Depression. It was the worst economic downturn in the history of the industrialized world, lasting from 1929 to 1939. Now, can y'all know anything about the Great Depression? Can y'all tell me what y'all might know already?
Don't they call it the 10-year war?
What?
Yeah, sure.
Wasn't it like when the stock market crashed? And
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So the stock market crashed, and the banks didn't have any money in the banks, and everyone was going to take out all their money, but it wasn't there. So basically, everybody, didn't matter who you were, you lost everything. And this is a picture. It's a very famous photo. It's called The Migrant Mother. It was taken by Dorothea Lane in 1936. And the lady in the picture, her name is Florence Owens Thompson. And that's her 2 children. She had more children. But, yeah. So can anyone tell me why the Great Depression might have ended in 1939?
World War II.
Yeah, exactly. World War II. And can you kind of elaborate on that?
So when World War II came around, there was a lot of need for jobs in factories to produce anything from metal to airplanes to just anything for the war efforts. So that opened up a lot of opportunities for blue-collar jobs, a lot of industrial, just simple, and that opened up a lot of opportunity for like smaller and bigger communities to all get together and go into the war effort. And by that time, with all that money going into the war, that helped like completely just reset the economy and to just let it go back again with the war effort.
Exactly. That's great. So yeah, basically, so as you can see, this is a meme. I know y'all know what memes are. So this is that Kermit the Frog meme where America in World War II was like, at the beginning, let's proclaim neutrality, but we're going to send aid and supplies to countries that we like. So at the beginning of World War II, America was sending military supplies and other assistance to, Britain and all that. So it says, during World War II, the U.S. began to provide significant military supplies and other assistance to the Allies in September 1940, even though they didn't enter the war until December 1941. And basically what they were doing was they did this thing called the Lend-Lease Act, which, if I can go in my notes here. It was a program under which the United States supplied the United Kingdom and other allied forces with food, oils, and other materials, including warships, warplanes, and other weaponry. So, I'm sorry, what's your name?
Christian.
So, like Christian was saying, what happened and what really pulled the United States out of the Great Depression was the fact that other nations were in World War II and they needed supplies, they needed warships, they needed warplanes, they needed weaponry. And we were making that for them, and we were giving it to them, even though we were claiming that we were neutral. So, and then we didn't enter until December 1941 because, do y'all know what happened? They bombed Long Island. They bombed Long Island. All right. And this is a Hoover Mill, which is a little shanty town. And basically this is what the homeless people during the Great Depression had lived in. As you can see, they're very close together. It's just like little shacks. Because like I said, everybody lost everything. Didn't matter if you were middle class or rich. You lost everything. So that's what homeless people were. people lost their homes during the Great Depression as well. The banks were taking money. All right, this is just some pictures from the Great Depression. This is, I think, the soup line, I think is what they call it. You know, like a soup kitchen, where they would wait in line, get some food, because they couldn't afford to get anything else. And this picture right here, this woman, her name is, I believe it was Lucille Shalvo, I think is how you pronounce that. So Lucille and her husband had lost their jobs. They were about to lose their homes. So having no means to provide food or shelter for her children, she ended up just selling them away to people. And I believe she was adopted, and I think she died. I think she got cancer and she passed away in 1998. Is what I've learned. And then these two right here, this young boy and this little girl, they were also adopted, but I think they got adopted into an abusive family. And then I think that's also a little girl as well. She was adopted and she turned out fine, but she was also pregnant with another child, and she gave that one away as well. And then later, she ended up having more kids, but she kept those children. So, just judging by these pictures, you can kind of see how it was difficult for a lot of people to kind of get by in life, and just be able to make ends meet, be able to provide for their families. So that's that. All right, so I'm gonna have y'all read some of these now. So, what caused the Great Depression? So, who would like to read the first one? You can see it.
The government was obligated to redeem paper money with gold. This put a limit on the amount of money the government could print. The demand for money became too high. Higher interest rates discouraging people from taking interest, earning money, and converting it to gold. This caused less money to be available for circulation.
Right. So I think y'all talked about this last class where they was talking about the gold standard, I believe, and how America was, like I said, it was relying on the gold standard, but they didn't have the gold to back the money up. So, that was starting to cause really big problems. So who wants to read the next one? The banking system.
There were too many banks and too many of them interested in investing their funds in the stock market. The Federal Reserve, which only covered 1/3 of the nation's banks, was unable to save fallen banks as the banks fell. Savings accounts were wiped out and the money supply shrank. This made it impossible for people or business to spend money or invest.
All right, thank you very much. So yeah, like I was saying, there was too many banks, and too many of those banks invested their funds in the stock market, and the stock market is kind of I don't know, I'm not too incredibly knowledgeable on the stock market, but I know it's like, it can be kind of finicky. All right, so the next one, stock market speculation.
Before the stock market crash in 1929, people were able to buy stock there were many selling stock at a profit, using part of the profit to pay their own money. When the stock dropped in price, they would not be able to sell it, and therefore could not pay its own money. When the stock market crashed, and all of the stock values went down or were worthless, people were able to pay off the loan.
Right. So, stock market crashed in 1929, and before that, people were buying stock using loans. Now, the thing about a loan is you have to pay it back. But the problem with that was the stock market dropped in price. Like I said, they wouldn't be able to pay their loan back because they wouldn't be able to sell it. All right. So the next one, a drop in consumer spending.
Robert
Samuelson, a journalist today who writes on economic affairs, says a big drop in customer spending kept the economy depressed. People lost confidence in their economy and stopped buying new household items. Weak spending depressed prices, which meant that many farmers, businesses, and nations could not repay their debts. Samuelson explained rising bad debts led to banks stop making new loans. Less credit means less spending, lower prices, and more bankruptcy.
All right, who can tell me who this is? He was a president. He's very famous. He was during the Great Depression.
Robert Morgan.
No.
Roosevelt.
Yes. Franklin
Which
Delano-
Roosevelt?
Yeah, which Roosevelt?
Theodore.
No.
Franklin.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's Franklin. It's Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Now, can anyone tell me why he's in a wheelchair?
Because he lost his leg in World War II.
Eh?
He lost his leg in World War II.
No.
For his legs break.
Yeah, he has legs.
He was decided to walk.
No.
Did he have ALS?
No.
It's only
He got paralyzed.
Well, no. So Franklin Roosevelt had polio, which basically, yes, his legs were paralyzed. He couldn't walk. So he kept it hidden from the public, like, for I think the whole first part of his presidency. So yeah, for most pictures that you will see of Franklin, he's like this, he's behind a desk, or he's in a regular chair because he didn't want the public to know that he had polio. Because, you know, as the President of the United States during this economic crisis and heading into World War II, you know, we look to the President a lot for support, and, you know, I mean, I don't know how you feel about that, but you know, during this time, he was very much involved in trying to, how to put this, he was trying to lift the people's spirits back up.
And if they see that he was in a wheelchair, they would just give up on him.
Hmm?
If they see he was in a wheelchair, they would think like he's weak.
Right, exactly. You know, he didn't want people to see him like that, basically. So, one of the things that Franklin Roosevelt did was his campaign was all about the New Deal. Now, has anyone ever heard of this?
I heard of it, but
Okay, so like I said, he was trying to improve the confidence of the United States citizens. So the New Deal was a series of programs, public work projects, financial reforms, and regulations enacted by President Franklin D. Roosevelt in the United States between 1933 and 1936. It responded to needs for relief, reform, and recovery from the Great Depression. So, these are examples of a couple of agencies that were created because of the New Deal. And I'm going to have y'all read them. So who wants to read the first one? I will start picking people.
The Works Progress Administration was an American New Deal agency employing millions of job seekers to carry out public works projects, including the construction of public buildings and roads.
Let me ask y'all, have any of y'all ever been to City Park? Yeah. Yeah. Do y'all ever walk on those bridges? I think it's a bridge, and it says WPA. It's like carved into the side of the bridge. That's from them. That's what they do. So, all right. Next one.
the Civilian Conservation Corps was a voluntary public work relief program that operated from 1933 to 1942 in the United States when unemployed, unmarried men.
All right. Who wants to read the next one?
Public Works Administration. Public Works Administration is part of the New Deal of 1933, was a large-scale public works construction agency in the United States, headed by Secretary of the Interior Harold L. Ickes. It was created by the National Industry Recovery Act in June 1933 in response to the Great Depression.
All right. And the last one.
Social Security Administration. The United States Social Security Administration is an independent agency of the U.S. federal government that administrates your Social Security, a social insurance program consisting of retirement, disability, and survivor's benefits.
Okay, so another way that President Roosevelt wanted to improve the confidence of U.S. citizens was using fireside chats. Now, basically, what this was is so it's an influential series of radio broadcasts, and who wants to read that for me?
Roosevelt spoke with to millions of Americans about the promulgation of the Emergency Banking Act in response to the banking crisis, the recession, the New Deal inactives, and the course of World War II. On radio, he was able to quell rumors and explain his policies. His tone and demeanor communicated self-assurance during times of despair and uncertainty.
Right. So, what are some things that y'all like to do when y'all are feeling upset and it makes you feel better?
Play
Listen to music.
Music, watching
Listen to
Netflix.
NBA.
Stop. The only one.
Like meditating.
You meditate.
So I heard somebody say listen to music, watch Netflix, right?
Netflix and shit.
Well, they didn't have that kind of stuff back then. They could listen to music because they had the radio. And so basically, like I said, he was using these fireside chats to kind of, in a way, talk to the people and let them know everything's okay, here's what's going on, here's my plan. And he was basically using media like we use today to get to the people. Alright. And then this is a link. I'm not gonna play like the whole thing, but I'm gonna play like the beginning of one of his fire stations. I can't find the arrow.
Get some help?
Yeah, I just can't find the arrows.
It's not all over that screen.
Recording.
Of the United States. My friends, I want to talk for a few minutes with the people of the United States about banking. To talk with the comparatively few who understand the mechanics of banking, but more particularly with the overwhelming majority of you who use banks for the making of deposits and the drawing of checks. I want to tell you what has been done in the last few days and why it was done and what the next steps are going to
You
be.
can imagine
I recognize that the many proclamations from state capitals and
during
from
the Great Depression
Washington,
with the banking
the legislation, the treasury regulations
to the
and so
president on
forth,
the radio.
couched for the most part in banking and legal terms, ought to be explained for the benefit of the average citizen. I owe this in particular because of the fortitude and the good temper with which everybody has accepted the inconvenience and the hardships of the banking holiday.
Alright, so that's what it would have been like. So, did I do it again? I don't.
Sorry.
Control.
Oh, sorry.
Take it back to you.
So that was a fireside chat. That was the very first one he ever did. Alright, so now it's question time. So basically what I just want y'all to do is just pick one of these questions. You don't have to answer all of them, just one. And answer it on a piece of paper. And like I said, I'm going to pick it up. And it's not for grade or anything, obviously, but you know, you can just pick one of those questions. And do y'all have any questions other than what I have up here?